Good evening, everyone. So for today's video, we'll continue our post discussion last Thursday. But before we will continue to our discussion, we'll have first a recap regarding our lesson. So our lesson was all about raising organic hogs, and we've talked about a lot of things regarding it, including on ways how to prevent inbreeding in your stock. So I've mentioned three ways on how to prevent. First is castration, second is proper record keeping, and third is purchase and introduce new breeder stocks from the other farms. And aside from that, we've also tackled about the good qualities of a breeder sow or gilt. Good qualities like the body structure of the sow or the gilt, its teats, the number of its teats if it is still functional, and the size of its vulva, the position of its vulva, and the most important characteristic that the sow or gilt must possess is being a good mother, or kabalo siya magdala sa iyahang anak, sa iyahang mga litters. Have good stock qualities of a sow or gilt, we also have a good stock qualities of a boar. So there are qualities nga dapat nato i-meet. Like, dapat walay deformities ang imuhang boar, because there's a rationale behind that standards. Nga naman, dapat walay deformities ang imuhang boar kay possibly mapasa na sa offspring. And during breeding or during mating, dapat strong ang body structure, ang legs, ang kanilang mga parts during mating para successful or good ang outcome. And aside from that is kanang deformities is na ay problem ano sa gene sa usa ka boar. Second qualities is your boar must be the most vigorous. Tungod kay when your boar is the most vigorous, it indicates a high libido, a strong mating behavior, and efficient serving capacity. Third is a well-developed sex organ of a boar. Kay kana siya mag-indicate or makakontribute sa efficient mating behavior sa usa ka boar. And aside from that is maka-indicate sa na siya nga good quality ang sperm nga i-release sa boar. Fourth is equal size of testicle. Kana siya, same na siya sa a well-reproductive organ sa usa ka boar. Tungod kay kana sila mag-indicate sa overall health sa boar and also its reproductive capacity. The fifth one is a well-developed ham, loin, and shoulder of a boar, because there is a reason behind that. First, for breeding purposes. Dapat well-developed and structured sa imuhang boar para makastand siya or ma-fulfill niya ang iyahang duties. And second is for meat purposes. Tungod kay much prefer na sa customers, and also for a higher yield of meat. And the third one is for gene purposes, para ma-inherit sa offspring ang katunga characteristic or traits sa boar. All in all, a careful selection and following the good qualities or standards is very important, because nag-rely draa ang imuhang profit, ang production and development sa imuhang farm. And that's all. Next reporter.
Stages of sow and gilt fertility. Number 1 is preheat. The preheat is the period before the sow is receptive to mating. The sow is not yet ovulating, but hormonal changes are occurring to prepare for ovulation. Number 2 is standing heat, which is the period when the sow is receptive to mating and will stand for the boar or male pig. This is the optimal time for artificial insemination or natural mating. Number 3 is post-heat, which is the period after the sow is receptive to mating. If fertilization occurred, the corpus luteum forms and the ovary producing progesterone to sustain pregnancy. If not, the cycle starts again. Good qualities of piglets. Number 1 is rounded body. Number 2 is alert and lively. Number 2, no abnormalities or deformities. Bright eyes, do not scar or have any disease. No rancid smell, and short and shiny hairs. Nutrient and pig feeds. Carbohydrates, protein, lipids, vitamins, and minerals. This is where the slides are. This is the main components of pig feeds.
What is the standard space of pigs in the pig pen? So, in raising pigs, each pig needs at least 1.5 square meters of space para ma-ensure lang health and kanang nindot ang tubo sa baboy. And kanang space is kanang enough na sa ilaha para makamove sila og tarong, and then kanang komportable sila naghigda and reduce stress and diseases. And kanang standard is enough na siya for growing or finishing pigs. Advantage and disadvantage of natural breeding versus artificial insemination. So, advantage of natural breeding is owner actually sees the more and less laborious and less labor and equipment costs. And advantage of artificial insemination is increased number of sows that can be serviced and eliminate injuries during mating and reduce sexually transmitted diseases and also less transportation costs. And disadvantage of natural breeding. So, limit numbers of sows that are serviced, occurrence of injuries during mating, increase sexually transmitted diseases, and increased feed costs for boar and also high transportation costs. So, ang disadvantage pod sa kaning artificial insemination is laborious and required techniques and high labor costs and expensive laboratory and equipments. Ingredients for preparing pig feeding. So, na 5 ingredients. So, ang first is 8 sacks of carbon materials like rice hull, sawdust, and coconut husk. And second is 1 sack of soil. And third is 1 sack of charred rice hull or CRH. And 0.5 kilogram of salt and a mix of water, molasses, and IMO. So, kana nga feeding is kinakontrol niya ang kaning odor and gina-absorb ang kaning mga waste and promote healthy microbes that keep the pen clean.
Good day, sir. So, karon nga report, mag-iskot ta about sa silage and livestock kimchi. So, from the word livestock kimchi or kimchi, it is fermented before we eat. And now we have 3 parts or 3 steps ng panghimon before ta makahimo ani. First is to chop or shred power plants or vegetable crops. Next is mix molasses and emas. And by the way, the emas stands for like efficient microorganisms activated solution, which is nag-help siya sa pag-enhance sa mga nutrients. And lastly, we need to ferment. That's why kimchi gani. So ferment 7 days para makuha na tong exact or kanang expectation na tong nutrients or kanang characteristics sa isa ka silage. And by the way, dapat once ka maghimuta or magfermenta, dili siya mahimong mabaho or kanang like awful bitong yahang smell because dili na siya tama nga way. And dapat kanang tight bitaw, compact kaayong yahang sudlanan para tama ang procedure or kanang mga mo accumulate dito nga mga good nga bacteria sa sulod, like dili siya ma-contaminate sa ubang kanang dili mayo nga bacteria. So that's all, and that is livestock kimchi. Thank you, sir.